हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हाँ, अंदर प्रणाम जन प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण।
हरे हरे।
Hare Krishna.
सो वी कैन स्टार्ट।
Yes, Prabhu.
सो स्टार्ट विद द प्रेयर्स। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति सा पदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापत्कमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश नमा ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पासादेस्तान्ने वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतुसे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपस गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमस्ते तत् कांचन गौरांगी श्रीराधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वाणुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नियत निवासाय नित्य परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्याम जगन्नाथाय च नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। हरे हरे। So devotees are ready with the research. So give me a minute. I'll. Okay. Okay. So Jain Pro is like recording it, na? Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So devotees from group number one, who is going to present from group number one? Mm-hmm. Nobody there from group number one?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Please accept my most respectful obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. My very respectful pranams to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis present here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Hare.
Prabhu, so we had different tasks. Four of us, we divided um, one season between the two of us and one
Mm-hmm.
season between the other two.
Mm-hmm.
So Ashutosh Prabhu is here from my group, and I see Advitiya Gauradas Prabhu also. I don't see Meenakshi Mataji. Oh, yeah, she's there too. Yes. So, with all your permission, Prabhu, I've written a poem on the monsoon season. If
Yes.
any other member of my team would like to go first, then they can go ahead. Otherwise, I could start with presenting the poem that I've written, Prabhu.
Mm. Yeah, I think Ashutosh Pro made some paintings also of AI paintings.
Sure.
He can present that and explain
Yes.
it.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji,
Mm.
if you want to go first, please. I'm just scrambling to get my machine where I can share it. So just give me a few minutes. It will take some time. Please go ahead.
Me Mata, you can start. Yeah.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. So, Prabhu, I'm just going to read my poem. I don't know if you would want me to share, but whatever. So, since this is about monsoon season, the title is The Monsoon Season. In the sweet and divine land of Vrindavan, where seasons are settings and not seasons, for they follow not the linear cycle so annual, a typical pattern experienced by a mortal. The sky gets darker with thickening clouds as if Mother Nature has pulled a grey shroud. Peacocks not only let loose their tail, but also let out sorrowful wails. Dark dandy the hookahs debate daringly through their croaking calls all day ceaselessly. How can we miss that longing call so ginger, poured forth by Chataka's monsoon harbinger? When the messenger of love between heaven and earth comes galloping on clouds to fill the dirt and delivers the message of love and affirmation, the blooms begin to burst in sattvic transformation. Touched by the showers, blossom red Arjuna flowers that seem to perfectly rival all of sun's powers. Earth's gift to the messenger are the emeralds so green, glistening so gloriously, looking pristine, like tender shoots of grass growing everywhere, attracting for nibbling on them all the deer. When ladybugs crawl on them in red ensemble, rubies dancing on earth's green gown it resembles. Malati flowers make Bhudevi erupt in laughter. The Kadampa trees horripilate with many buds thereafter. Flowers of different shapes and smells decorate Vrindavan. The sights and the sounds of the monsoon are gifts from the heaven. The Chataki and the cloud engage in love-filled conversations after a very prolonged phase of parchment and separation. The cloud assures her of her rewards she deserves, for only for the rain her chastity she preserves. Rumbles emanate from the clashing of the clouds, sounding like mridanga or sages chanting aloud. Clouds clamor, birds shriek, and raindrops pitter patter. The cacophonous orchestra puts to lull the lady lover. The heart of Vrindavan in golden glint glows because of the tint of the ripened fruits of mango. This tint is surrounded by the shiny dark circle coming forth from the jama fruits, black and purple. The final outer ring gleams soft and pale yellow of ketaki leaves and flowers that adds to the mellow. So here are the sights realized by Kavi Karnapur, and I duly beg for forgiveness the presentation so poor. But as they say that we save the best for the last, I will now present what touched the most my heart. The poet begins the nectar by a super sweet comparison between torrential rains and services in unalloyed devotion. He says that bliss derived from such services feels like a monsoon deluge that fill up our crevices. As the lightning illuminates the earth and the sky, the rapture of services keeps ablaze our inner eye. These sagacious lines echo the words of my Guru that I'm going to share now with all of you. He solemnly and unequivocally stresses always on seva. Repeating his god brother, he says, Your seva, Savior. Krishna.
Hari, Hari.
Jai. Hari Hari.
Thank you, Hari Bol. Maybe you can
It was
put it in
beautiful.
WhatsApp group also, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhu. I'll do so.
And my suggestion is that maybe you can share in with BTG also. Maybe it will be published.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the
Hari,
encouragement.
Hari,
That's it. That will be a dream come true. Hare Krishna.
Hari. Thank you. Yes, Asutosh Prabhu. Asutosh Prabhu,
Yeah,
maybe he
Hare
has
Krishna
to.
Mataji. Yeah,
Maybe you have to become co-host,
wonderful.
right?
I think so, Prabhuji. Yes. Then
Okay, I'll
only I
make.
can share. Let me see. Yeah, I've just sent the request.
Jen Prabhu, maybe you can make him host.
Yes,
Asutosh Prabhu.
Prabhu, I gave him the permission. I think he can share now.
Okay. I can share. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Intent only. Okay. So just to start with what Mataji just said in beautiful words, this is by the way, this picture is no way close to what Mataji spoke,
Hari.
what Mataji mentioned. But what I tried to capture, I used that those words from the Vrindavan Chimpu, and then that's where I tried to put some of the imagination within this picture, where there are dark clouds that are there, the lightning is there, the Chataka birds are there, and the beautiful flowers that are immersed in the raindrops that are there. These deers are there that are actually trying to eat the emeralds. So, I mean, it's just like it may feel more cartoonish, but we can think how these deers might be feeling that their emeralds glowing, and then they get very tempted eating those in the Golok Vrindavan. Then the beautiful peacock is there, and our beloved Yamuna Mata river is there, and where Krishna is standing on these rocks that looks like some sort of precious metal. So this was the whole imagination along with the rainbow. So there is too much that is going on within this picture, but that's one composite I tried to come up with where some words are justified. So
Very
coming to the autumn season, the first para it says the splendorous season of autumn is characterized by the lakes full of deep blue water. So deep blue water filled with red lotus flowers that look like the lotus feet of Vishnu being caressed by the loving lotus hands of Lakshmi. So that's something I tried to mimic here, that there are red flowers, and on these red flowers, one of the red lotus is like Lord Vishnu, and Ma Lakshmi is trying to caress the beautiful feet of Lord Vishnu. Brimming with water, these lakes are as clean and pure as the sinless heart of devotee aspiring for prema. As Narayana is beautified by the presence of the joyful goddess of fortune, similarly, the autumn lakes are beautified by the presence of Chakravaka birds. So there are two Chakravaka birds that are there and blossoming lotuses. So that is one. Then coming to the other one, this is where the group of lazy swans sport freely in the lakes, gliding along the water. They resemble liberated souls, Paramhansas. So these swans, this is what I felt or I thought that they are like Paramhamsas floating freely in the bluish waters of Yamuna River and feeling very in full of bliss, full of eternity, uh, swimming in the ocean of spiritual bliss. The queen herons, so I believe these are the queen herons, appear to be echoing the tales of Rama and Lakshmana. Blue lotuses, so we have blue lotuses, please everyone with their splendid fragrance spreading through the land like the fame of all attractive Lord. The white lotuses, which are not here, but Pundrik is what mentioned, ornamenting the lakes are like the elephants, Pundrikabahu. So this is the second para which I tried to capture here in the autumn season. Coming to the third one, I'll not go too much in detail, but there are Pundrik's white lotuses that are there. There are creepers also laden with the beautiful flowers here on the pillars. Though this can be Ashoka vriksha, Ashoka trees, where these creepers are curling around, and then we have the red lotuses as well in the river Yamuna. And like one thing that took me some time, but I wanted to get it right is this particular para, like an impassioned lady. So this is where I feel like this is the relationship with Krishna is there. We are trying to justify these words which Kavi Karnapur is thinking in his heart that maybe he himself is feeling like that impassioned lady. The autumn season holds these lakes, the reservoirs of all beauty, to her chest in the love. The autumn moon shines brilliantly like a glinting sword. So there is the glinting sword that is there just before the war starts. Um, uh, uh, Brilliantly like a glinting sword unsheathed before battle. As Dharma fully manifests in Satya Yuga, the bulls as representatives of the religion. So these are the bulls. There are representatives of the religions. They are there in the open fields, like Satya, how it will be in the Satya Yuga. The bulls, as representative of the religion, manifest a type of madness during the season as they turn every field into a playground. The large lakes of this season are very beautiful with warm water on their surface and cool water within, because this is an autumn season. So there would be a slightness of warmth on the top of the water, and then underneath it will be cold, even when harassed by the words of a fool. The rows of brilliant wispy clouds adorning the autumn sky looks like sandalwood paste. So these are the sandalwood paste out there in the sky, on the limbs of the directions personified as women, which is not here. Like that would be too much detail, but I could have captured that as well on the limbs of the beautiful gopi, thinking about Krishna. These clouds wisp appear like a white scarf of a young woman waving in the breeze, or cotton fluff carried by the winds personified as young girl. What other things I tried to capture is these swans, the red lotuses, the white pundrika, and the flowers that are there. So uh, the flowers that were mentioned, Malti flower and Ashoka trees, and the waterfalls also with the gems. That is all I tried to capture in this image. So yeah, so that's all I have to present for autumn season. Hare
Hari,
Krishna.
thank you. Very beautiful images with a lot of details. And I think it must have taken a lot of time to prompt AI and get the images. So beautiful work.
Yes, yes, Prabhu. I know what noise and distortion AI does is like the creatures even itself they look weird. Everything in the background will come like the cows with these long necks. The birds will overlap. Even the people will be like a rainbow, and so there are some weird creatures that would be there. So AI is weird. Like you have to get it right by going through the details, as well as it does no justice close to the words what Kavi Karnapur has mentioned, not even close. Even what is mentioned in this book in English language, uh, I don't think it does any justice to those words as well. So it's just a
But
medium so
still,
that we can look at, yeah, we can look at it and meditate, that's all. But I started to feel this. The more I prompted, the more pictures started to come, the more I was able to think about Krishna in my head during
mm,
certain times. So that helped.
yes, that is the essence of your hard work. Hari, thank you. Thank you, Asutosh. Yes. Someone else would present from group number one, or yeah. Okay. Thank you. So we like to thank this group by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you. It's a lot of hard work. My God. Yes. Now group number
Excellent.
two.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes, plus.
Everybody. Person. And uh, then one season, early winter and TV season. So in our group, Brajulila Mataji has presented in the group the different flowers. So I have help of take those flowers and then Subhadra Yashoda Mataji and Krishna Mataji has presented very uh, small notes on these two seasons. So I've taken help of that as well, and I will present PPT. Uh, so could I like share?
Yes. Yeah, you can share. Yes. Mm.
So this is the uh, Hemantas, which where it is mentioned that in the floral characteristics is like there are different flowers like Maha Shaha flower, Chinti flower, Loka flower, then trees like Arjuna trees. So here Arjun trees is there, and sorry, then uh, Lodra flower is there. So in the uh, for seasonal practice, like cookies, they used to have natural in the jewelers. They don't use pearls, so they use Kurubaka flowers, then Lodra pollens and Mahasha garlands. So this is the Mahasha flower by which they make garlands. Then there is a Chinti flower. That is the essence of this particular season. Then they make jewelries with the Kurubaka flowers. With this blue color, this blue color is the Kurubaka flowers. Then come to the climate. The climate, the water body is gradually cool and nights grows longer. So lotus flowers it decreases. So here it is very difficult to show that the lotus flowers decreasing. So that's why I have not used that particular point. So these are the so this figure shows that the water body is getting gradually cool because it's coming towards the winter season. That's the early winter. And then this is the Braja Gopis using warm cosmetics like saffron and burn incense with a warming spices. So here I've generated AI, try to use this AI images with where it is said that in the bird's life like parrots sing sweetly and the Haritala bird speaks melodiously. So here there is this parrots, and in this picture I've little bit tried that how to present that the lotus flower decreases. So there are some flowers like this. This is fully bloomed, but few of them are a little bit not like decreasing kind of thing. So it is a very like exactly it's very difficult to match with the Kavi Karnapu. So and the gopis are they are burning some incenses here with warm spices that's mentioned in the description of the Hemant season. So this is one of the picture, and here I've tried another description where there are emeralds found in the floor and in the Haritala birds here in this figure. Then there is parrot singing, and the since it's a early means winter, where it's been mentioned that like the Surya Bhagavan, the sun god, retreats to the southeast corner. So there it's a little bit difficult to show how the sun is in the southeast corner. So this image is the combination of all the points that that Mataji has mentioned it has been prompted accordingly, so that in one picture it could be covered. But it is not that nicely presented. That's why I've used two different tools. So the previous picture was in a different AI tool, and this picture is another different AI. This is all about the Hemanta season. Now coming to the Divi season, where as mentioned, the early winter morning in the Vrindavan filled with gentle mist. So this is the mist drifting and ponds, canals, or Yamuna. This second picture is showing that there is a mist above the water body, and the sun shining through fog. So sun is shining through the fog, and the dew covered grass and soft golden sunlight. So this picture little bit resembles of the soft sunlight, which is the sunlight is going through the fog. Then there is a light mist rising from the ponds and the Yamuna, and the dew drops. So in the next picture, I'll show. Okay, this picture is like mist in the water body where the swan is swimming there. So this is not actually a Vrindavan picture. This is another picture, but I have like written here is it's a Vrindavan filled with gentle mist. So like that. So this is the dew drops on the grasses. You can see that it's sparkling like a pearl. That is the description given in by Kavi Karnapu, where the dew drops. It looks like a pearl when it forms over the grass and the trees, bodies, and here the deer mistaking the dews and mist deer mistaking the dews of pearls. So it's very. So I've taken the realistic one of the image where it is not. It can be imagined that yes, the deers are mistaking the dews uh, for like as a pearls. So and the decoration of the women, they wear Bahujiva garlands. So this is a Bahujiva flowers which they make the garlands, and the Damanaka leaves is hanging leaves owned by women. So this is the Damanaka leaves, and in the next picture there is a Kunda flowers where the pure white cluster represent the freshness of the season. This is the Kunda flowers. Then the Marubaka flowers, which forms the aromatic herb spreading fragrance in the air, and it is Damanika flowers. So these are the floral and the flowers means the specialty, special flowers that's is the specialty of this particular DV season. And this is the another try to like you know, generate a image from the AI where the women are like uh, so, uh, own the garlands made with these flowers. Then the uh, and that there is a bird's nest, like there's a peacock is there, then the parrots is there, and the chakora birds is there. So and there is the smoky the smoky things around the deer. That is the kind of is the deer is mistaking the Jews. So it is nowhere closer to the description that is described by Kavi Karnapur. So this is uh, all the try to little bit uh, fill up the essence of so these two seasons described in this another jump. That's
Hari, thank you, thank you. Very beautiful. Palas, you should send this uh, PPT on the group.
it.
Share it. Beautiful pictures and beautiful descriptions also. So they did a lot of hard work. We like to thank this group also by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare. Thank you. Yes, now group number 3. Sumit Chatanpu, huh?
So, Pruji, in our group, Rukmini Mataji is there, Krishnanga Mataji is there, and Kaustubh Prabhu is there. So, we will just show you. Can I, do I have the rights to
Yeah.
display?
I think he has allowed everyone to share.
Okay. So, our seasons were spring and summer. So, we haven't created so beautiful like other groups. So this is what we have created for spring season. So yeah. So in the spring season, like Kavi Karnapur is telling that there are mango trees which is laden with new buds. So over here we can see those mango trees with the new. My arrow is being seen.
Yeah, it's
Arrow
visible.
can be. So over here the mango trees are there with these new buds coming up. And then there are these Madhavi flower creepers throughout the path is there, which the gopis are plucking. Then over here are the red Ashoka trees. Ashoka trees has been mentioned. So, like Kavi Karnapur says that Ashoka trees exploding with splendid red flowers drive away lamentations. So, over here we can see the Ashoka tree is filled with the red color flowers, fully blooming. Then then it was mentioned that the cuckoo birds are playing. So over here, these are the cuckoo birds over here, and over here we can see the cuckoo birds. They are playing, and then the moon rays brilliance has been described. So we can see the moon is there, and throughout there is beautiful moon rays which is being reflected. And then it says that attracted by the beauty of unlimited flowers on the trees, playful Krishna wearing a golden necklace. So over here we have included a golden necklace on Krishna's. Uh, he is he is in bliss. So like if I can just zoom in, so then you'll see that Krishna we have made him like, in a very smiling, because Krishna is in bliss. So we increased the smile, like, we had to rework it 2 3 times. So the
Mhm.
smile became little bigger because it is saying that Krishna is in bliss. Then now then there is a lot of description about the humming bees. So some of the bees, it was written that dense swarm of humming bees eager to taste pollen of lotuses darken the sky. So somehow, like, it wasn't coming like a big group, but still we can see some humming bees. So they bypass the lotus flowers. So we can see that they all are going this side and they are going to the gopis, and the go because it is mentioned that instead they become intoxicated by the smelling fragrance from the lotus mouth of Vraja gopis, whose heart overflow. So here we can see these three gopis, they are actually talking, and here the bees have accumulated over here instead of the flowers. So that's why the lotus flowers over here, they are thinking that why don't they drink from me? Have we committed any offense? And then over here also there are some humming bees who are looking at this palasha tree whose leaves have fallen down. Like so they are thinking that what has happened to the palasha groves? They are dry as a parrot's beak. So it has become dried and the leaves have fallen down below. So this was not in the description of Kavi Kunnapur, but we imagined this, that the leaves have fallen down, and because it is spring season, so some deers have come to have those grass and the leaves. So this is what we came up out with for the spring season. So we had actually some more images of the spring season which we had reworked. So this was also one image which was white. So I will just share one incident. What had happened that initially when we had made the image. So just one second. So initially when we had made the image, so this is the image which got generated. So over here we can see that Krishna and all the gopis are looking quite elderly. So then that's why we reworked on the images so that like so that they look like babies. Actually, Krishna and they should look like babies. So this is the reworked image where they are looking like babies. Otherwise, in this image, you can see they are like very grown up. So
Yeah.
Vrindavan, they need to look like babies. So this
Yes.
is the reworked image. And one more. This is also a similar image for the spring season only, imagined a little differently. So here the palasha trees are missing. So this was also earlier created. Then we had to add the palasha tree. So over here also we can see, in this image we can see lot of mangoes are there. So that is how it actually starts, that mango trees laden with new buds announce the arrival of spring. So over here the mango trees are looking very beautiful. Over here also some bees are there who are around the gopis, trying to, like, taste the nectar from the lotus mouth of the gopis. So this is for the spring season that we had. Then our second season was summer season. So for summer season, actually, we have made two images, because if we look at the description, so there is one for daytime and one for the evening time. So one is when the sun is absolutely bright, and another is when the sun during the evening, actually. So there are two images. So we will start with the daytime first, actually. Just so the it can be seen. the
Yes,
image.
yes, yes.
So this is for the daytime. So over here, we see that Shrisha trees have been mentioned. So what I understood was that they are these yellow patala trees are probably the patala flowers are these yellow flowers which have been mentioned. Then it says that the flowering of Kutaja tree appear like joyful playground. So over here where all the devotees and Krishna and gopis are there, so here is the Kujata tree which appears joyful playground of Lord Indra. So that is why it is there, and it has got these Pingha Pingha birds. So over here we can see those Pingha birds are there who are around flying. And so then it is mentioned that just as the Vaishnavas attain relief from material distress by attaining the lotus feet of Vishnu, similarly the cooling rays of moon give great relief. So over here we can see that devotees are worshipping Vishnu and Lakshmi, and it is also said that uh, as everyone as everyone in the universe can find pleasure by serving the Lord Hari, similarly every living entity relishes the pleasant breeze of summer. So here we can see the devotees, the gopis are worship, like they are engaged in service by making flowers, and Krishna is looking over very inquisitively. So we reworked on the face of Krishna here, like if we see very closely, so Krishna is like smiling and in a very inquisitive way he is looking the devotees are actually doing. And then about the eve, and then like in the description it is given that the summer finds Shri Hari wearing strands of large pearl bordering his hairline and forehead. So that's why like on his head we added these strands of pearls over here. And in the then it is given that amidst the lotus flowers in the lake there is a houseboat covered with a canopy trimmed with the a houseboat covered with a canopy trimmed with hanging pearls that shake in the wind. It is sprayed by a mist scent with fine particulars of camphor. So over here we can see the houseboat is there. So in the evening we will see that Radha Krishna are there on the houseboat. Right now it is the morning time, so they are serving the Lord. They are busy in service. In the evening they will be on the houseboat, and then was yeah, over here it is given in one of the paragraph that the stream of water flowing from the top of the jeweled mountain extinguishes. So over here we can see that there is a mountain and a stream of water is flowing and is there. So this is for the morning time. For the evening time, yeah, this is for the evening time. So in the evening time, we can see that similar situation. That no, for the morning time, we had one more image actually. Yeah, so for the morning time, we have one more image, a very similar image. But over here, like because it is mentioned that by applying substances such as sandalwood pulp, one feels immense pleasure in this season. So over here, we can see that two boys are actually grinding sandalwood to prepare the pulp. And over here also, like they are working in the some devotees are worshipping Vishnu, Vishnu in the temple, and over here also some canopy is there. Some swans are also there, and yeah, now we will come to the evening. So, so this is the evening description of uh, the summer season, when it is said that just as the Vaishnavas attain relief from material distress by attaining the lotus feet of Vishnu, similarly the cooling rays of the moon gives great relief from the scorching heat of the day. So that's why we can see that, like, the day is slowly going down. So we have not completely removed the sun, but the moon has come up, and that's why, like, now they are sitting and, like, properly worshipping the Lord, because now it is like little breezy and little cool. And in one now they are like Radha and Krishna are on the boat, and this is the canopy with the pearls, which is, like, moving, and two of the gopis are actually rowing the boat. And over here we did not use chamara. Actually, chamara was what, like, it is sprayed by a mist scent with fine particulars of camphor and buffeted by the pleasant winds of chamara waved by loving attendants. So actually we tried chamara, but it was looking very formal. So that's why we removed the chamara from a lotus leaf. So they are not using a chamara, but they are using a lotus leaf. So this is a because chamara was looking very formal actually. So that's why we used lotus leaf. That they are, like, waving lotus leaf to make like little cool for Radha and Krishna. So yeah, this is what. And over here also we can see they are making with that yellow flowers. They are making the garland. So this is what we created using AI. And now actually Krishnanga Mataji she is a classical trained singer. So Mataji will be singing two rags describing these two seasons.
Thank you, Prabhu. I hope you all can see me sitting here with my harmonium. Sorry about the disturbed kind of image there. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for the opportunity to be a part of this amazing study group, Anand Vrindavan Temple. So Prabhus have all described with their different scenarios the most beautiful aspect of Kavi Karnapur's not just imagination, it's reality of Sri Krishna. So I always don't like to use the word imagination. It's reality. He's supreme reality, Krishna. And I will just take a few more minutes to get into the mood of these two seasons that we have been assigned to. I will start off today, right now, with one particular rag, which is depicting the spring season. So spring is a time when everything is blooming. So it's almost like a beginning and almost like after separation, there is again Milan, or the meeting of minds of Krishna and the gopis, and of everything very beautiful and fresh for the whole universe to enjoy. That's what was depicted by Prabhu. So let us enjoy a few minutes of absorbing in that. That way we can contemplate. Da, 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 da. तेरा मोरे आई रे तू ये बसंत मोरे आई रे तू ये बसंत मोह लियो मन मोहन से मोह लियो मन मोहन से मोरिला मोरे आई मोरे आई रे रे तू ये बसंत माधवी माधवी डोर सजे कलियन में कलियन में माधवी डोर सजे कलियन में लाल अशोक लाल लाल अशोक खीरे बगियन मोरी आई रे ऋतु ये बसंत मोरी आई रे ऋतु ये बसंत तरु कंचन भये वेद किशोर तरु कंचन भये वेद किशोर कृष्ण साज मन में उपहार कृष्ण साज मन में उपहार मल्लिका करूर संग सजे मंदार मल्लिका करूर संग सजे मंदार करूर भरी करो भरी करो प्रेम बहार मोहे आई रे ऋतु बसंत भृंग करत गुंजन ये गान भृंग करत गुंजन ये गान गोपी नाचत भर के तान गोपी नाचत भर के तान कृष्णांगना करे कातर गान प्रभु प्रेम धन बिन नहीं मांगु रे ज्ञान प्रेम धन बिन मांगु नाही रे ज्ञान मोरी आई रे ऋतु बसंत So that was Mishra Basant, Bahar, bringing of spring. And if you notice, it was kind of an intense raga. But now I have Brindavani, Sarang, which is very, very Vrindavan oriented. And as Prabhu showed in his scenes, it's all about Krishna in bliss. He's having so much of happiness and fun with all his friends. And the atmosphere is charged with pure love, devotion. So again, the raga always depicts the mood of whatever is happening around us. So in material music, we have very different emotions which are very material, but the minute you sing anything on Krishna, the whole atmosphere is charged with pure love and devotion to Lord Krishna. Many of you may know this particular rag. So if you are familiar, definitely feel free to join me. ईग सुनावत वृंदावनी ईग सुनावत वृंदावनी धरणी धरत सुरमन भावनी धरणी धरत सुरमन भावनी गीत सुनावत वृंदावनी मदिरे मदिरे गीत सुनावत वृंदावनी अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरम् नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम् मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरम् भीग सुनावत वृंदावनी सेवानंद विभोर सेवानंद विभोर स्वीकारे मेरे नंद किशोर स्वीकारे मेरे नंद किशोर चंदन चर्चित आ चंदन चर्चित वस्त्र पीतधारी चंदन चर्चित वस्त्र पीतधारी श्रीमती राधा संग से दास रंग में भाए श्रीमती राधा संग रास रंग छोड़ रहे शतपातक सिर से जहाँ तरु में लीला खानी खुद जहाँ तरु में लीला खानी सुना वृंदावनी अर्घ निभाए मंडल ज्योति अर्घ निभाए मंडल ज्योति जैसे भगत राज में पिरोए ज्योति जैसे भगत राज में पिरोए ज्योति श्रीमन्दासरसारम्भी वंशी भट तटस्थितः कर्षन् वेणु स्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तु नः हा गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तु नः जय श्री कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा थैंक यू फॉर दैट So those were my two moods for both the ragas. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to sing for you all.
Thank you, thank you. So for it's like a beautiful presentation of the pictures depicting details of Vrindavan and the ragas also. It's like so for me it's like dream coming true. Would you like to thank this group also
Everybody
chanting
did
Hare
chant.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, if devotees make more photographs, they can, or pictures, they can share in the group. So the other devotees can also become Krishna conscious. And Mataji, if you can record something nicely and send in the group, it would be very beneficial for the devotees. Thank you very much
More
for
mercy.
enlivening all of us and enlightening all of us. Hari,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you for making Vrindavan alive. Hari. So now we'll go to the next chapter, chapter number 2. So give me a minute, I'll share the PPT with all of you. Mhm. The birth of Krishna. Uh-huh. So I think devotees can see the PPT. It's visible
Yes.
to other devotees.
Yes,
No?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Uh, so our next chapter is about appearance of Krishna, the birth of Krishna. That's chapter number 2. Okay. So appearance of Lord Krishna. So as we had read before also in Krishna book, so Bhumi Devi feels very burdened by demonic kings, and in this way, she approaches Brahmaji, and Brahmaji in turn approaches Shridaksha Vishnu, and then he says, he requests Lord Vishnu, my dear Lord Vishnu, please deliver goddess Bhumi because she is feeling greatly distressed by these demonic kings. So because Dwapar Yuga had come, and in Dwapar Yuga, mode of passion is extremely prominent, and kings are the ones who depict mode of passion. So there were too many kings, but many of these kings were demonic also. And that is why Mother Earth was extremely distressed. It is said that during that time, when phalanx of the armies would move, Earth would shake. And that's why Brahmaji requests Lord Vishnu to remove this terrible influence on the earth. And in this way, Lord says, okay, it's the time for Krishna to arrive and he'll come. Other detail is given in Garga Samhita, which says that actually Lord Vishnu took all the demigods along with Mother Bhumi and Brahmaji to Golok Vrindavan. He went through Mother Ganga, pierced the covering of earth, and then he went to Golok Vrindavan. So we won't go in that details. So it happens like that. And there Krishna says that I will personally come along with uh, Radharani, Yamuna, Govardhan. He instructs different demigods to appear in different families. And then he gives details
Uh,
of.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry to interrupt. Actually, we are not able to see your screen properly. It is not coming in full
Okay.
for everyone. Maybe if you stop sharing and start resharing, it may work.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll speak first, and whenever it is required, I'll show the screen. That would be better.
Okay,
Sorry.
sure.
Yeah. So what happens is that yes. So Krishna tells different demigods to appear in different families of Gopas. And he even gives a lot of description. I just give some description because we are not going through Garg Samhita. Garg Samhita has some descriptions. So he says that those who have more than 5 lakh cows are called Upananda. Those who have 9 lakh or more cows are called Nanda. One who has more than 50 lakh cows is called Vrasabhanu. And one who has more than 1 crore cows, so they are called Nandaraj. So in this way, their descriptions are there, details are there. There are different vyuhas of gopis. It's called vyuha groups. Yamuna has her own group. Ganga has her own group. They all are gopis in Vrindavan. There are Srutichari gopis, there are Rishichari gopis. And in this way, Krishna gives all the details and instructs the demigods to appear within them. And following their instructions, they appear. And after some time, Krishna appears. So according to Kavi Karnapur, there are 2 prime reasons or 3 prime reasons. 3 prime reasons for Krishna's appearance. One of them is time. So Krishna appears once in day of Brahma. And this was the time for Krishna to appear. So due to that, Krishna appeared. Second reason which he gives is he came to increase the fortune of Nanda and Yashoda. And one of the expansions of Nanda and Yashoda is Droni and Dhara. So they also appear in the body of Nanda Yashoda. And the most important reason is that he personally wanted to relish Sringar Ras. And he wanted to advertise this Sringar Ras for the people who live in the material world, so that people will become attracted by his sweetness. So that is the reason Krishna appeared. According to Kavi Karnapur, in Bhaum Leela, when eternal gopis like Radharani, Chandravali, they appear, there are other gopis like Srutichari gopis and Munichari gopis who also appear along with these eternal gopis. So eternal gopis are like trainers, and other gopis who are called sadhana siddha gopis. Sadhana siddha gopis are the one who have perfected their sadhana, and after perfecting their sadhana, uh, yeah. So after perfecting their sadhana, now they are fit to go to Golok Vrindavan or stay in Golok Vrindavan. But before that, they need some last training. Of course, Jananavasu Prabhu says that pujaris don't require it because pujaris are already trained to behave with Krishna the way they're supposed to train. So these are called sadhana siddha gopis. So sadhana siddha gopis are trained by the eternal gopis. So 2 examples given by Kavi Karnapur are the Srutichari gopis and Munichari gopis. Srutichari gopis are practically the Vedas personified. In Krishna book, we will see that chapter of prayers by Vedas personified. So those are Srutichari gopis. And then there are Munichari gopis who are sages of Dandakaranya. So these sages of Dandakaranya, they were meditating, worshipping, performing austerities and penances just to please Lord Madan Gopal. But when Lord Ram went to Dandakaranya forest, so that time he happened to see them. So of course, it is Krishna only, but in a different form, in a different mood. And all these sages requested Lord that, my dear Lord, we want to marry you. Lord said that I have already taken Ek Patni Vrat. I have one wife. When I appear as Krishna, then I will accept all of you. And that is how all of them, they appear as Munichari gopis. We won't go into too much detail. In Garg Samhita, all other different gopis are mentioned. When Lord Ram went to Mithila, in Janakpuri. The ladies of Janakpuri, they wanted to worship, marry the Lord. They became one set of gopis, especially the one for whom Lord does Vastaharan Leela. They are those gopis. Then there are the gopis when Lord Vamandev appeared in the arena of Bali Maharaj. So that time, all these Rakshas Kanyas, they wanted to marry Vamandev. When Vamandev was saying to Bali Maharaj, then I want some charity. And all these ladies were praying, may Vamandev ask us as the charity. Us as the charity. If he asks us as the charity, we will get an opportunity to marry him. So they become one set of gopis. There are ladies in Lord uh, Sankarsan's abode in Patal Loka. So they always massage the lotus feet of the Lord, lotus hands of the Lord, and they feel agitated and they want to marry him. They also become one set of gopis. When Lord Ram did Ashwamedh Yagyas, he kept one Sitas because Sita was already in exile. And all these Sitas were, because everything in spiritual world is conscious, they were conscious. And they were kept in the go down after the Yagya was over. So they all came together and they said, this is not the way to behave with your wife. You marry a woman and then you put her in a go down. It's not proper. That's not proper way a husband is supposed to behave with the wife. And then Lord Ram said, don't worry, we'll accept you in during next Leela, Krishna Leela. So all these Yagyasitas, they become some gopis. So there are many, many groups of gopis. Like Mother Yamuna has one, she's also gopi in the spiritual world. Ganga is gopi in the spiritual world. They have their own groups. So in this way, there are many, many gopis who appear. Now coming back to our current book. So these all gopis, they are called sadhana siddha gopis. They are trained by the eternal gopis who are eternal associates of the Lord. That is how they appear. Similarly, that's not true only for Madhurya Ras, that is true for other rasas also. So there are devotees who are Nitya Siddhas and they train the Sadhana Siddhas. So they all appear in Krishna's Bhaum Leela when Krishna appears here. So upon appearance of Krishna, Bhudevi was filled with unlimited bliss. As happy wife receives her husband after long separation. And when Krishna again disappears, she feels a lot of longing. The verse is there in Bhagavatam. Kavasa het viraham purusottamasya प्रेमावलोक रुचिरा स्मितवल्गुजल्पे स्थैर्यं समानं मधु स्थैर्यं समानम् अहरं मधुमानिनीनां रोमोत्सवो मदयंग्री वितंगिताया. So this like Bhudevi who says, Kavasa het viraham purusottamasya. How can I tolerate separation from Lord Krishna? So, but now Krishna had appeared, she was extremely blissful. General people, they were relishing the same bliss which perfect devotees relish. So perfect devotees relish spiritual bliss after a lot of sadhana, but general people were experiencing the same bliss now. There are auspicious signs which were seen everywhere. Suddenly, sacrificial fires, they glowed everywhere, one by one. Like Panchajanya towards the mouth, it goes deeper in a clockwise sense. So similarly, sacrificial fires were glowing one by one like that. That is how they were glowing. Cool, gentle breezes were in the atmosphere, which are compared to devotees who satisfy and sanctify everyone with their calm, sweet, affectionate behaviors. So similarly, cool, gentle breezes in the atmosphere were satisfying everyone and sanctifying the atmosphere. Entire atmosphere became purified. Like devotee's heart is very pure Atmosphere also became very pure. Being harassed by Kansa, devotees were disturbed. But again, devotees found themselves amidst peace and prosperity in worshipping Lord Vishnu. Trees suddenly became filled with fruits. But those who were envious demons, they began suddenly aging very fastly, very quickly. The desire vines in the heaven seemed as if they are hanging from the sky and they're producing fruits. Directions became very pure and joyful, which is similar to mind of devotees who have received Krishna's mercy. So all directions were pure and joyful. World became free from sins of demons and also the contamination of material existence. Hmm. Like lust, envy, greed, this was not there. Which is like by the action of some gems or medicines or some mantras, poison is removed. So when somebody is bit by snakes, there are people who are expert in removing the poison. So they use sometimes some gems, sometimes they use some medicines, herbs, or sometimes they use some mantras, and that is how they revive a person. So similarly, appearance of Krishna was like that gem, medicine, and mantras, which had removed the poison of sins of demons and the contamination of material existence. Although previously people's hearts were distressed, now they were filled with happiness. Bodies of all creatures became beautiful and youthful. All the men, they started displaying virtuous qualities. There were no more fights. People were behaving very cordially, amicably, they were interacting. And happiness was twinkling in everyone's eyes. So that is how the entire atmosphere changed on Krishna's appearance. Then what about astrological calculations? So this was end of Dwapar Yuga, 8th day of waning moon in Bhadra month, Ashtami, Ashtami of the Bhadra month. Rohini Nakshatra was in conjunction of star, is other set of stars called Ayusman. So this was the astrological situation at that time. And as living entities come out from the womb of his mother, or moon appears on the lap of eastern direction, similarly, Krishna, who is personification of all bliss, appeared in these great festivities, both in the atmosphere, in the sky, and in the hearts of people. So that is how Krishna appeared. So Krishna Chandra. Some of Acharya says that moon was so much in ecstasy, although it was Ashtami, he bloomed as full moon. Because he was like so happy. Oh, Krishna has appeared in my kul. Because Krishna appears in Chandravansa. So Chandra, moon became very happy and he was like in full bloom. So full moon was there at that time. And uh, as a result of past life austerities, Vasudeva and Devaki, they got momentary association of Krishna. So Krishna appeared as Vasudev, the son of Vasudeva. But in fear of Kansa, he was brought to Gokula. Now maybe I'll just show those photographs. Uh, okay. So when Krishna was in the womb of Devaki, so that time demigods came and prayed to Krishna. सत्यस्यूनम निहितम च सत्य सत्यस्य सत्य निज सत्य श्रेष्ठम सत्तात्मकम त्वाम शरणम प्रपन्ना सत्यव्रतम सत्यपरम च सत्यम So they appear, they offer prayers like that. And then Krishna appears in 400 form in front of Vasudeva and Devaki. He transfers himself from the heart of Vasudeva to the heart of Devaki and then appears in front of them. But then, because Vasudeva and Devaki were very fearful of Kansa, Vasudeva was ordered by Krishna to take him to Gokul Mahavan. And in this way, Krishna goes along with Vasudeva to Gokul Mahavan. And somehow all the gates open. And then Krishna comes to Gokul Mahavan, where a girl was born who was Yogmaya herself. And Vasudeva exchanged the boy with the girl. According to Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, Krishna also appeared from the womb of Mother Yashoda. But because Vasudeva's vision was tainted with awe and reverence for Krishna, that's why he was not able to see Vrindavan Krishna. And then this Vasudeva Krishna entered in the body of Vrindavan Krishna. So that's how it became one Krishna. But he was just able to see this Yogmaya. And he took that girl along with him. So in this way, Krishna came to Gokul, or he appeared both in Gokul and Mathura, and then became one Krishna in Gokul. And that is how he appeared in front of his eternal parents, Nanda and Yashoda. So initially, when he had 4 hands, that time he had Sangha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, adorning his hands and feet. He had flute, flower garland, costume money. Present with him only, but they were not like yet manifest. So that was in Mathura. But then Krishna came to Vrindavan and now he had only 2 hands. So because of fear of Kansa, Vasudev transferred all his wives to Gokul except Devaki. And Rohini was sent to the house of Brother Radhananda. So initially, Balramji was in the womb of Devaki, and then he was sent to the womb of Rohini. And it is mentioned in the scriptures that after Rohini came to Nandamara's house, Yasoda noticed. Yasoda noticed, oh, it seems you are pregnant. And then Balramji appears from Rohini, even before the birth of Krishna. And then later on, Krishna appears. Krishna appeared in the house of Nanda Maharaj. And according to Kavi Karnapur, Krishna appears in the house of Nanda Maharaj for 3 reasons. So the first reason is to engage self-satisfied sages in devotion service. So those who are Atma Ramas, great sages, but just being Atma Rama is not qualification for devotion service. Now Krishna wanted to attract all of them towards devotion service by displaying his sweet pastimes. So this was the first reason. Second reason is to please the devotees by performing sweet transcendental pastimes. So the devotees are pleased. And third is to relieve the earth's burden caused by the demons. Very similar to those verses. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya duskrita dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavam yogi yoge. So according to Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he says, he gives detail of that. So he says, Paritranaya sadhunam. He says, sadhus. As far as sadhus are concerned, they're already delivered. So why did Krishna appear to deliver them? Krishna appeared to deliver them from the pangs of separation. Devotees are feeling intense separation from Krishna, and that separation could be removed only when Krishna comes. And that is why Krishna appears. This is the first reason. Second reason which he gives is Vinasacha Duskritam. Now, those who are demons, they can be killed by Kali, they can be killed by Shiva. So many agents are there, but Krishna has to come. Because all these demons were cursed by great devotees to be killed by Krishna only. To fulfill the words of those devotees, Krishna had to come. So Vinasaya Duskritam. And third is Dharma Sansthapanarthaya. Now, even great devotees of Krishna can establish the religious principles, establish Varnashram Dharma. Why Krishna had to come? Krishna had to come to establish the Dharma of Sravanam Kirtanam. If Krishna doesn't come and perform pastimes, what will devotee hear, meditate, or sing about? So Krishna came to appear to establish that Dharma. So these are the three reasons why Krishna appeared, according to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And similarly, the reasons are given by Kavi Karnapur also. So in this way, Krishna appeared in his body of Satchidananda, eternity, bliss, and knowledge. And when Krishna appeared, everyone in the maternity room were very joyful upon seeing Krishna's exquisite transcendental form. He was looking tender like a creeper of beauty. So Mother Yashoda is compared to the lake of spiritual ecstasy. And Krishna is compared to the blue lotus of personified bliss. So like blue lotus grows in the lake, similarly, Krishna appeared in the lake of spiritual ecstasy of Mother Yashoda. And neither the wind nor the bees relish the fragrance of that lotus Krishna. That unborn Krishna was never touched by modes of material nature. Even Brahmaji could not see that lotus of Krishna, that lotus Krishna. And what to say of other ordinary men. So after Yashoda and her family members, they fell asleep, Krishna, like a newborn baby, he began to cry. And when he was crying, it was as if Mahavakya Omkar was coming out. And this was an indication that now auspicious arrival of Krishna's pastimes is there. So he was not crying like an ordinary baby. So when his crying was mixed with Omkar. So I don't know how Om, something like that. So Krishna was crying like that. So he was making the sound of Omkar. Maybe we have to perfect our lives to hear that sound. And when the ladies of Vrindavan heard that sweet sound of Krishna's crying, they woke up and ran to see Krishna. Krishna's body was naturally fragrant like that of musk. And when ladies saw Krishna, they bathed Krishna in sweet ambrosia. And after that, he looked very cleansed and beautiful. But naturally, Krishna was like having good fragrance, unlike the material children. So we'll show those paintings also. Yeah. So this Krishna being bathed by ambrosia. Yes. And after Krishna was cleansed, his body was smeared with fragrant sandalwood pulp. And the presiding deity of Nand Maharaj's house sent a champak flower which resembled the flame of a lamp that was sent in the maternity room to worship the ornament of three worlds, Krishna. And with the strength of his little arms, which were delicate like tender leaves of a tree, uh, Krishna, who is compared to blue lotus, made all the lamps in the maternity room look like garland of lotus flower buds. So Krishna was looking like a blue lotus, and all the lamps around were looking like garland of lotus buds. And when ladies of Vrindavan, they saw Krishna, they felt as if a blossoming flower is made of blue sapphires. So he was looking like a blossoming flowers of blue sapphires. Or he was looking like newly unfurled leaf of tamal tree. Or he was looking like a fresh rain cloud decorated with musk tilak. And that musk tilak is tilak of goddess of fortune. Or and or he was looking like ointment of great auspiciousness which is lining one's eyes. And just by his presence, Krishna filled the maternity room with good fortune. Although he was just a mere baby, generally babies don't have hairs. But Krishna's beautiful lock of hairs, curly hairs. He had broad forehead, beautiful eyebrows like a bow, lotus-like black eyes, electrically touching his ears, nose like a champak flower, beautiful bimba-like lips, but no teeth inside. His neck had the mark like that of conch shell, long arms reaching below the knees. He had deep navel. He had a white hair in the chest. His belly had the marks of banyan leaf. Nowadays, people want to have abs. He has natural abs. His thighs were like the storehouse of all the energy, and there were special markings on his hands and legs. So there's a one-time description. Now I'll give in detail. So this we had curly hairs, and he had unique signs like elephant, goat, fish, conch, etc. on his hands and his feet also. But then Krishna had folded his palms like this with his petal-like fingers. So he was hiding all these unique signs within his hand. At that time, Krishna laid on his back with his eyes closed. And when Mother Yashoda saw his beauty, she was thoroughly captivated. And then Mother Yashoda suddenly saw her own reflection in Krishna's body. And naturally, as a mother, she imagined as if another woman is there inside Krishna. And immediately, she became very worried. She started thinking, maybe some witch has assumed the form of this woman who has come to kidnap Krishna. So Yashoda became very bewildered and she started yelling, get out, go away from here, go away from here. And spontaneously, she cried out for Lord Narsingadev, Narsinga, Narsinga, please save my son, please save my son. And beholding Krishna's tender face, Yashoda showered tears of affection, which was like a pearl of necklace. So her tears were looking like a necklace. So she became very worried just by looking at Krishna. And then Yashoda saw Krishna's body very carefully. She was feeling as if Krishna's body is like a mount of dark blue musk. Or Krishna is softer than the butter churned from the milk ocean. So butter is very soft, but Krishna's body was more softer than the butter. Or Krishna was looking like there is a milk mixed with musk juice, and there are foams. So foam on the milk is like very soft, very tender. Krishna was looking like that. Uh, so in this way, admiring the supremely delicate form of her son, Yashoda became very worried about his safety, and she was even fearful that if I touch Krishna, maybe I'll hurt Krishna. Uh, it is a similar description is given about Lord Nityananda also. The Lord Nityananda, so Mother Padmavati, she would bring best of the perfumes to smear on the body or put on the body of Nityananda. But Lord Nityananda's body was more fragrant. She would bring the most softest clothes to put on the Lord, but she would find that even they were very hard. Our Lord's body was very soft. She would bring best of the ornaments to decorate the Lord, but then Lord's body was more beautiful than the ornaments also. So that is how Mother Yashoda was also very worried. Now that if I touch Krishna, maybe Krishna's body will become hurt. And as she leaned over the bed, uh, she bathed Krishna with a milk dripping from her breast, which was exhibition of her supreme maternal love for Krishna. And then there were elderly gopis there, they suddenly came there. So Yashoda was fearful, so they trained Yashoda. They trained Yashoda how to caress the baby in her lap, yeah, how to feed milk to Krishna. And because of Yashoda's natural spiritual love for Krishna, the personified bliss flowed from the breast of Mother Yashoda's breast like streams of milk. Mm. And when milk spilled from Krishna's bimba fruit, red lips on his cheeks, they had that milk. And then Mother Yashoda took the edge of the sari and she wiped off the face of Krishna. And Vishnu Chakur Thakur comments on a similar pastime. So he says that how much milk can Krishna drink? Unlimited. Because he likes to uh, relish the love of his devotees, especially Mother Yashoda. How much love does Mother Yashoda have for Krishna? Unlimited. So she can also produce unlimited milk. So when Krishna was drinking the milk, it was like Krishna relishing the love of his mother, love of his devotees. And when Mother Yashoda was giving milk, it was like devotee's love for Krishna. But then, as the milk spilled from the mouth of Krishna, demigods and all the devotees rejoiced. Mother Yashoda has won. She has given so much love to Krishna that Krishna is not able to accept. And in this way, Mother Yashoda defeated Krishna. So that is how there was constant competition. And after feeding her son, Yashoda gazed very affectionately to him in wonder. Because she saw as if Krishna's body is made up of dazzling blue sapphires. His mouth was looking like a red bimba fruit. His hands and feet were looking like exquisite rubies. Krishna's nails were shining like precious gems. And in this way, Mother Yashoda thought, it seems my child is made up of jewels. Because he was looking like different jewels. Then after some moment, Mother Yashoda felt as if my child is made up of different flowers. So Krishna's reddish lips were looking like banduka flowers. His hands and feet were resembling java flowers. His nails were looking like mallika flowers. and entire body of Krishna was looking like a blue lotus flower. And then Mother Yashoda thought, oh, it looks my son is made up of flowers. And then she thought, he's so beautiful, it doesn't look like he's my son. So after deliberating within herself, Yashoda became stunned in amazement upon seeing the beauty of Krishna. Because he had beautiful, soft, curly hairs. And then she also noticed a curl of hair on the right side of chest of Krishna, which was looking like tender stems of lotus. And she was worried, what is that? Because that is the sign of Mother Lakshmi. There's another sign of Mother Lakshmi, which was there on the chest of Krishna, that is Srivatsa. So initially, because appears like a white hair, she thought maybe it is some breast milk which has spilled out of Krishna's mouth. And she tried to remove the milk stains. But then she was struck with wonder. No, 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 it's like some other white hair. And then she thought maybe it is a sign of great personality. And then she also saw that towards the left side, there was a small golden line. And Yashoda thought, maybe there is some small yellow bird which has made nest amidst the leaves of this tamal tree. So Krishna is compared to tamal tree, and this line was looking like a nest. So you'll find sometimes in descriptions of Lord Vishnu, sometimes it is mentioned that he has a golden line, sometimes it is mentioned that he has a curl of hair. But Krishna has both. Krishna has both of them. Right side there is a curl of hair, and left side there is a golden line. And then she was wondering, could this be a streak of lightning resting on the rain cloud? Krishna was looking like a rain cloud, and this golden line was looking like a streak of lightning. Krishna was looking like a black testing stone, which has golden streak. So this line was looking like golden streak. And then she looked at Krishna's leaf-like hands and feet, which were glowing like rising sun. They're pink like a rising sun. And they were looking like cluster of lotus flowers floating in Yamuna. Sometimes Mother Yashoda suddenly saw the curly dark blue locks of hairs on his head and his face were looking like swarm of bees who became too much intoxicated from drinking the honey nectar of Krishna's beauty, his beautiful face. His thick blue hair appeared like dark night. His two lotus eyes looked like pair of blue lotus buds. His cheeks, they resembled two huge bubbles floating in the liquefied blue sapphires. So they were looking like bubbles. Then Krishna's attractive ears, they are looking like pair of fresh unfurled leaves growing on blue creeper. Tip of Krishna's nose was looking like a sprout. Sprouts are there. So it was looking like a sprouts on a tree. His nostrils, small two nostrils, they were looking like bubbles in Yamuna river. His daughter of sun god. His lips were red like java flowers. His chin rivaled a pair of ripe red jumbo fruits. So those who know jamun, so they were looking like jamun. And seeing the extraordinary beauty of her son, Yasoda thought that the purpose of having eyes is fulfilled now. And in this way, Mother Yashoda became submerged in the ocean of bliss. So that is how Mother Yashoda adored the beauty of Krishna. And Nanda Maharaj was still waiting. He was waiting for Krishna to appear. And suddenly, a elderly gopi went to Nanda Maharaj and she said, "Oh, most fortunate one, you have fathered a son." So previously, Nanda Maharaj was very aggrieved because he didn't had children for a long, long time. But his heart, which was dried up like a dried up lake during hot summer season, now suddenly became overflooded. It was like a downpour of nectar in that lake. And when Nand Maharaj heard that, Nand Maharaj ran towards the maternity room. And when he heard, even from outside, when he heard Krishna's voice, that removed all his grief and lamentation. And now he was practically bathing in the rains of bliss. And he was swimming in that ocean of nectar. He was feeling as if he was embraced by the joyful stream of Mother Ganga. So eager to see his son, Nanda Maharaj's body was thrilled with astonishment and the waves of ecstasy. And he was standing outside the maternity room. But then, because of his pious activities, it was seeming as if now he's shaking hands with the personification of pious deeds. So, although he was like, he didn't want to enter a maternity home because so many people were there, but because of the power of Yogamaya induced Nanda Maharaj to enter maternity room. So he rushed in the maternity room to see his son, who was personified seed of condensed bliss. And Nand Maharaj, when he looked at Krishna, he was feeling as if all the auspiciousness of three worlds resided within Krishna. And Nand Maharaj saw Krishna as perfectly charming person. Kajal around Krishna's eyes were looking like lines on a black creeper of beauty. And the very embodiment of Nanda's good fortune, Krishna now bloomed like a beautiful flower in the garden of his desires. And when Nand Maharaj saw Krishna next to Yashoda, he was feeling like Yashoda is like a aparajita flower who is never defeated. And Krishna was looking like the representative of all the Upanishads. And by seeing Krishna, Nanda Maharaj felt that I have attained all happiness, all perfection, and all my desires are fulfilled now. And just by looking at Krishna, he became like a statue. He looked like a person carved in the stone. He was motionless, he was stunned. Hairs were standing on the end, tears were flowing from his eyes. With the symptoms of ecstasy. And he was in a semi conscious state, like sometimes when we wake up. So we don't wake up, it's like we are in semi state. So Nanda Maharaj was like in semi state now. And then the other relatives like Upananda, Sunanda, other brothers of Nanda Maharaj, and other relatives, when they heard that Krishna has appeared, they felt extremely joyful. And immediately they invited the best of the Brahmanas to perform the rites of purification for Krishna's birth. And to ensure that son Krishna is good and well, Nand Maharaj donated newborn calves to each and every Brahmana. In this way, each home of the Brahmana became the abode of Surabhi cows. And each of these cows had gold and silver plated horns and hooves. They had jeweled necklaces adorning their necks. Nowadays, in Kali Yuga, women also don't have many times necklaces on their necks, but what cows had. No. So these cows had all these necklaces, gold necklaces on their neck. In addition, he filled the courtyards of their homes with hills of gold, jewels, sesame seeds. So he distributed all this charity. He distributed kamdhenus in charity, touchstones in charity. Yeah. And he himself was like a desire tree. Whatever you want, he would just give. And he distributed so much of charity that even the jewel producing oceans, they lost their stock of jewels. Because everything was there with Nanda Maharaj, and Nanda Maharaj was distributing everything. And he was distributing so many lotuses that all lotuses were gone. Only one lotus was there with Mother Lakshmi. That's all. All of the lotuses were gone, distributed by Nanda Maharaj. And when auspicious news of Krishna's appearance appeared in all directions, Nanda ke Ananda Vayo Jai Kanhaiya Lal ki. It's like everywhere. No, Krishna has appeared. Krishna has appeared. Then the delight were dancing in the hearts of Nanda Maharaj, his brothers Upananda, Sunanda, all other Gopas. And all these Gopas, they brought varieties of delicious dairy products like milk, yogurt, butter, wet cheese, hard cheese, and they were carried in jewel-studded pots. So there are pots, and they were bedecked with the jewels. And two pots, they were tied to the end of a bamboo pole with jute straps, and each of them were like carrying them on their shoulders. All these gopas appeared very handsome. They were having precious jeweled ornaments. They were dressed in beautiful yellow clothes, which were defeating the brilliance of lightning. They held staffs on their hands, and at the top of the staff, there was gold. And there were jewels in the lotus hands of all these gopas. So even if you today go to Nand Bhavan, one time I happened to be there during Janmashtami. So still they were like, no, they have this turban in their head. They had a bajuband, which they tie at the right side, which is golden in color, and they're beautiful dhotis. So once when I went with my father, it was a little funny episode. When we went, it was like there was a flood in Yamuna. So I went to leave our mother actually. Mother was sick. And when we were returning, while we crossed Yamuna, so then we got the color of Yamuna. Our dhoti kurtas became like black in color. And at that time, they like long back, around 15 years back. Maybe more than that, yes, 15 years back. And when we came to uh, Nanda Bhavan, Nandagaon, so that time no vehicle was there. It was raining also very heavily because there was flood in Yamuna. And somehow we got one truck, which was like two wooden planks were on the both the sides, and it was like open truck. And all of us were like sitting in that. And we were surrounded by all these pricking uh, bamboo trees, not bamboo trees, bubble trees, and they had thorns also. So while father and we were sitting, father and both of us were pricked by the thorns again and again, and father was saying, "Oh my God!" This was his first visit to Vrindavan. So many thorns are there. And somehow when my father got up, he had placed one of the hands in his kurta. So when he got up, the kurta was torn. So we were looking like beggars. My father said, should we go back? I said, no, this is a perfect mood to come to Vrindavan. We should come to Vrindavan in the mood of beggars. But when we went to Nanda Bhavan and we sat there, so you can see the terrace in Nanda Bhavan. That time, suddenly, all the small children who were like 2 years, 3 years old, were wearing same dress. The turban was there, no, their bajuban, and then they were wearing these dhotis. And there were two parties made. Elderly people were sitting in front, then the younger ones, and the toddlers were at the back. And then in Vrajavasa, they were having a debate on how does Krishna look like. So they were debating about beauty of Krishna. And when we saw that, it was like all pains were gone. It was such a bliss. So this is how even today Vrajavasis wear clothes. And during Nanda Maharaj, that Krishna's appearance time, so they were also carrying these sticks which had butter, cheese on the pots. And then suddenly there were society girls who would visit Nand Maharaj's house. They came there. So they were filled with happiness which they never experienced since their birth. So their minds were saturated with joy and satisfaction. So hearing the delightful description of Krishna's birth carried away their chariots of their mind, and they abandoned all their duties. They came to see Krishna. So all these ladies, they were adorned with necklaces. They had diamonds studded armlets. And these armlets were looking more beautiful than the drops of crystals. They had jeweled inlaid golden bangles. They had beautiful ornamented waist belts, which they got from their jewel boxes. The jingling of their waist belts were moving when they were rushing to see Krishna. And in this way, these ladies attracted the minds of everyone. They had golden anklets, they had loosened hair braids, they were gracefully walking towards Nanda Bhavan. Of course, not Nanda Bhavan, it was Gokul Mahavan this time. And they were looking like gliding of swans. And when they gazed at Krishna's beauty, they were thoroughly captivated. And these gopis, many of the gopis, they brought golden trays with them. These golden trays were filled with fruits, flowers, yogurt, durva grass, uncooked rice, jeweled bedecked lamps. And they covered their offerings with a yellow silk cloth, which they were holding in the soft lotus hands. And they were making pleasant sounds when they were walking, which was made by ankle bells. And when these ladies saw Krishna's beauty, they thought that our eyes have attained perfection now. They perceived Krishna's perfect birth like appearance of leaves of an important herbal medicine. Somebody's frantically searching for medicine, he gets a medicine. So they're feeling like that. And Krishna was looking like blue lotus floating in the lake of his parents' affection. So after bestowing their blessings to Krishna, that may you be prosperous, Duduna Futapalo, may you prosperous, they worshipped Krishna with fresh flowers and constant shower of their loving glances. And with great enthusiasm, they began to glorify the fortune of Mother Yashoda by getting such a son. And then all these society girls, they assembled in the hall of Nanda Maharaj's palace. Then they began to sing melodious songs which was looking like humming bees in the cluster of lotus flowers. And all the guests were bathed by the shower produced from the soothing sounds, the sounds which they were making. And then these Brahmanas came. Brahmanas started chanting different mantras, etc. Now they thought now is the time for festival. So they smeared their palms with fragrant oils, turmeric paste, fresh butter, and they started smearing each other's faces with that. So there was a holy festival. And they were looking very attractive with their smiling face and glittering white teeth. Uh, the red lips were looking more beautiful than banduka flowers. So initially they began with smearing each other's face. After some time, they start throwing cheese balls on each other. Then they start throwing butter on each other. Then they start throwing yogurt on each other. So all these white cheese balls were looking like hailstones, or they were looking like solidified moonlight, or it was looking like mud from the floor of milk ocean. Then they took their pichkari, which was jewel inlaid, and they took buttermilk, aromatic oils, water mixed with turmeric, and they start spraying on each other. And when this celebration was there, then cymbals, damru, bheris, big drums, they begin to uh, beat here and there. And it was a beautiful sound there. And this inspired all these girls to sing and dance. So although they were not very good singers, by the will of the Lord, they start singing very nicely, although they never sang so nicely. And all these beautiful songs, they entered the heart of Nanda Maharaj and created a lot of joy. So there was singing and dancing on one side, playing of the festival, other side. There was chanting of the Vedic hymns by the Brahmanas. Panegrists were there who were uh, singing glories of the Lord. And in this way, uh, they had uh, thrown so much of buttermilk and milk, etc., milk products on each other, that Nanda Angan became filled. So there's other literatures which talk about detail of that. And Nanda Maharaj was standing very gravely. After some time, they said, no more of your gravity. They put Nanda Maharaj into that lake of yogurt, yogurt, milk, and all these things. Like in Vrindavan, we have Varanda, which is low. Nand Bhavan is also like that. And then Nanda Maharaj also lost all his gravity and he started playing. And all the Nanda Angan became very, very slippery. So when the old ladies came and she wanted to see Krishna, so he said, Nanda ko lala kahan hai? Where's Nanda's son? And as soon as he opened her mouth, immediately one of the persons took butter and threw on her. And it was with such a force, it ended in her mouth, and she couldn't like keep her balance and she slipped. And when she slipped, all the Brajavasis, no, they are very simple. So they start clapping and dancing. So there was a lot of fun in the entire festival. And then all this buttermilk from the Nandangan, it went into the drainages of Vrindavan. And after that, this auspicious liquids, milk, yogurt, it couldn't be held by the drainage system. The drainage system of even Vrindavan failed. And that is why the entire streets of Vrindavan were filled with yogurt, milk, and all these things, fragrant substances. So there was such a festival. So there were rivers of nectar flowing in the streets of Vrindavan. And demigods became very much so much attracted by this festival. They came in the form of birds and they started drinking this nectar. And then all this milk yogurt, it entered in Yamuna. And some of our acharyas explain that till Prayagraj, where Mother Yamuna meets with Ganga, entire Yamuna became white. Yamuna generally black, bluish black. Yamuna became white. So there was such a celebration in Nanda Bhavan. All these Vrajavasis decorate their cows with gold and jewel ornaments. They smeared the cows with oil, fresh butter, turmeric paste, and beholding Krishna in their hearts, these fortunate cows looked like essence of all the auspiciousness of earth. The whole world resounded with jubilant bellowing of the cows. Ah, ah. Absorbed in ecstasy of Krishna's birth, all this cow forgot eating and drinking. And in this way, all gopas and gopis were drowned in the ocean of joy. So after offering oil, vermilion, garlands, utensils in charity to all the gopis, Mother Rohini, she asked all of them, please bless our Krishna. Then sacrifice done by Brahmanas was complete. So Upananda and all other relatives, they were bathing with happiness because sacrifices were done. And keeping Nanda Maharaj in front, the relatives of Nanda Maharaj, they offered opulent cloth, jeweled ornaments, pan, tambula, garland, sandalwood pulp to all the guests. All the guests were given that. And in this way, they requested all the guests, please bless our Kanhaiya. Please bless Krishna, who just appeared in Vrindavan. So this was the festival of Nanda Bhavan. So we'll continue with our next chapter tomorrow. कृष्ण भगवान की जय, नंद नंदन मोर मुकुट वंशी वाले की जय, कवि कर्णपुर की जय, शील गोपाद की जय। हरि हरि वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवो नमो नमः। शील गोपाद की जय। So please don't forget to share your PPTs and photos, and we are waiting for Krishnangna Mataji's beautiful songs in our WhatsApp group.
So merciful.
Hari Hari. Thank you. Shilpapad ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much.
Hari Hari. Thank you.